Hi ladies, it's Erica, your Jamberry lady, thesemusicjams.jamberry.com. I wanted to take a few minutes and also do a TruShine Gel application video for y'all. The Jamberry official application video for the gel is awesome, but I just wanted to do my own so that you can see how I'm doing mine, and I have a couple of other tips and tricks that I use as well. Prep is super important with prepping your nails for gel, just as it is important for prepping your nails for the wraps. So I prep my nails the exact same way, using Dawn dish soap to really clean and dry my nails, make sure all the oils are off. I push my cuticles back and really make sure that my nails are nice and clean and free of invisible cuticle. And then I wash my hands again. And then I take my alcohol wipe and I, wipe my nails off real good to make sure that, once again, everything's nice and dry and clean. While I'm prepping, I take my color enamel for the gel and I turn it upside down and I just let it sit there. This is really good to do whether you have a regular gel color or the sparkles. It allows all those sparkles from the bottom or all that color and pigment to just mix through really well. And so I let that sit for a while, just like that, while I'm doing my nails. The first step is the base coat. So the biggest key to your gel application with our system is really thin coats. So Colby, if you zoom in on that brush, I clean everything off that brush just about till there's really not much of anything on it. It's not globby. And I then take my base coat and I cover the nail. The really great thing about gel is that this stuff isn't going to dry until you put it under our LED curing lamp. So if you make a mistake, it's not like making a mistake with nail polish where you're kind of on the clock to fix it quickly. So if you get any on the sides of your nail, you have all the time in the world to go around with an orange stick and get that excess off your sides. You do not want any of the gel, any of the coats, base, color, or top coat, to be touching your skin. Now I did my top of my nail with the base coat. I'm going to turn my hand over and I'm going to really clean off my brush really well, and I am going to cap my tips. You really want to do that, because if not, your gel will crack and peel if it's not sealed all the way around. And then I'm just going to go over this again really lightly, and then I am going to stick it in our curing lamp. And ours is automatically timed, so it is just going to turn off automatically when it is finished. You only need one coat of your base coat. With your color coat, you will need at least two, because again, we're working with very thin coats to make sure that you only need to use this lamp and pressing the button once per coat. It will not cure properly if it is super thick. So you want to make sure we're doing thin coats. And ultimately with the color, you can do as many coats as you want until you get the desired color that you want on your nail. So that's done. My base coat's done. Now I'm going to take my bottle of my gel color, and I'm not going to shake it. I'm going to roll it in between my hands, because with any gel or nail polish, shaking it creates air bubbles and stuff in there, and you don't want that. So now I'm going to open up my color. I'm using the Beauty Sleep. This will be in the new spring catalog for 2016. It is beautiful. And again, I am really getting a lot of this off of the brush because I don't want it to be too thick. So you can see it's kind of traveling down the stick. So I'm going to really make sure, and that's okay. You want to really make sure that it's very little. And then I am just going to, you see how thin that is, and that's all right. I am just going to get a nice thin first coat on there. Like I said, this stuff is not going to dry until you stick it under that lamp, so you have time to really work with it. And then I'm going to turn my hand over and I'm going to cap the tip. And I'm going to do this with every single color coat that I do. And I'm just going to flip it back over because see, it creates a little bit of a blobby on the other side. And I'm just going to smooth that out. And I'm going to put it under the lamp. I really like my gel to be really on the darker side and just very full and rich of color. So based on the thin coats that I do, and I do my coats super thin, I generally do about 3 coats with color. So once this is done curing, I'm going to do the same thing again with my color. I can't wait for y'all to see the new colors with the gel in the new catalog. There's so many beautiful colors coming out. Okay, so here we go. And again, I keep it on the thinner side with color. I'm going to get a little more on there just because I can. And I'm going to go over my nail again. I'm going to be careful not to touch the skin or cuticle because again, I don't want all of my hard work just popping off because it's stuck to the skin. So I just take my time and I'm going to cap my edges again. This is a really important step. You don't want to forget this step. And then I'm just going to smooth that out. And I'm going to cure again. Sorry for the lengthy video, ladies. I just want to make sure I cover every single step so that you can see how I do it. You will also need, ahead of time, you'll want some alcohol prep wipes, whether they're the Jamberry ones or whether they're the cheapies from CVS, Target, Walgreens, any local drugstore. You'll want those on hand because you will need those, whether it's for cleanup during your application, like if you get gel on your skin or cuticles, you'll want it for that, and you're going to need it for the last finishing step at the very end. I'm going to do one more coat. Because I really like my color to be dark and I love this. Y'all know I love purple. And even with my gel, as you can see, I still leave a tiny sliver of gap on the sides. That is just my own safety net, so I know it is not touching my skin or cuticle. Same thing that I do with the wraps. And then I am going to seal or cap my tips one more time. I'm going to flip it back over and just smooth that out because you don't want it to be uneven and have all that piled up there. going to smooth that out. And now I'm going to cure it one last time. So anytime you are doing, whether it's, you know, you're going to be using the curing lamp in between each step. So base coat, cure, color coat, cure, another color coat, cure. Anytime you apply another layer of any gel, you will use your curing lamp. This system is seriously just awesome. I love being able to do this at home. I love that our lacquers as well as our gels are all 5 free, free of the worst chemicals that are in all tons of lacquers and gels. Plus it's just such a money saver. Okay, it is time for our top coat. So I'm just gonna, and I had this sitting upside down as well. And then I just roll it out a little bit. Now the top coat stuff is also pretty darn thick, so I really clean off my brush again. And then I just do my top coat. And I really make sure I apply it evenly all over the nail. And I am going to cap my ends of my nail as well, because I want to make sure that with the time that I devote to this, which is some great quality time to myself, I want to make sure it lasts. And I only need one top coat. Some ladies like to do more than one, just for that added thickness and durability, and that's totally cool. And then I'm going to cure it. I also love the versatility of this gel system. Ever since this came out, I put gel over top of my wraps. I do the base coat and cure, and then the top coat and cure over my wraps. I don't think I've worn wraps without the gel on top since the system came out. It gives me just such a beautiful shine to the wraps, and it gives me extra durability and extra wear out of my wraps. I get an additional week out of my wraps when I use the gel on top, which is super great. A lot of the new gels that are coming out coordinate so beautifully with the new wraps that are coming soon. And that's it. I'm done. Oh, but wait, there's one last step, and this is the one that a lot of people forget to do. They pull, you know, everything's done, and they go about everything, and then they go, oh my goodness, no, everything's still kind of tacky on the top. It's not wet, it's just that the gel kind of, for lack of a better word, sweats a little bit. So I'm just gonna take my alcohol wipe that I said y'all would need at the end, and you would think I'd be able to open this sucker, but you know. And I am just gonna go lightly over the top. And if any extra color comes off, which you can see hardly any did, do not worry. It did not ruin my manicure. It did not take anything off that I needed. It just took off any of the uncured portion or any excess. And I just wipe it off and I'm done. And as you can see, I will get at least probably 2 weeks out of that before I really notice any wear and tear, unless my nails keep growing, which mine are pretty slow at growing. So I will get a good solid 2 weeks out of my gel. When you go to remove, the best tip that I can offer you is to be patient. Our remover pockets are super great. They have a lot of added conditioners in it so that it is a gentler process than just using straight acetone. Most people end up rushing that removal process, and that can damage your nails. Gel, whether it's Jamberry gel or nail salon gel or gel you buy at the store, gel does not destroy or ruin your nails. It is generally the removal process where you will run into trouble. I recommend being very patient And if you are in a crunch for time, you can take a buffer and lightly buff away your top coat. That will decrease the amount of time you have your remover pockets on and decrease the amount of time overall that it takes you to remove the gel. I buff away my top coat gently, and then I put my remover pockets on, and I still leave my remover pockets wrapped around my nail for a good 15 minutes. Once I take them off, I am super gentle, and I will just start to lift away at what will naturally come off. If there's any excess or any leftover gel on my nail, I pop that same remover pocket back on my nail and I give it another 5-6 minutes, and then I'm good to go. And as always, just like I talk about in my application video for wraps, I am always applying cuticle oil around the edges of my nails to keep them moisturized, hydrated, and healthy during the life of my manicure. And my nails end up looking awesome when I remove the gel, when I remove the wraps, and I'm good to go. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks and have a good day.